Ever feel like your legs are weighed down by bricks after sitting too long? Or wake up to annoying cramps and swelling? You might think it's just part of aging, but what if I told you the right foods can actually help? I used to accept leg pain as normal, until I made one simple change, adding circulation-boosting fruits to my diet. The results? Lighter legs, healthier veins, and no more nighttime cramps. Ready to discover the 9 powerhouse fruits that can transform your circulation? Let's dive in. 1. Oranges. The ultimate blood flow booster. Oranges aren't just a refreshing snack on a hot day, they're a circulation powerhouse. Packed with vitamin C, flavonoids, and antioxidants, oranges help strengthen blood vessels, improve circulation, and prevent vein damage. Doctors often recommend them for people struggling with varicose veins, swelling, or sluggish circulation, and for good reason. I used to think leg swelling was just something I had to live with. After a long car ride, or an evening spent sitting too long, my legs would feel puffy, tight, and uncomfortable. But once I started eating an orange a day, sometimes in slices, sometimes juiced, something changed. Within just a few weeks, I noticed less swelling, less discomfort, and a lighter, more energized feeling in my legs. It was such an easy change to make, yet the impact was incredible. And the best part? Oranges are delicious and versatile. If you don't love eating them plain, you can add orange slices to salads, smoothies, or even herbal teas for an extra boost. Plus, their high water content keeps you hydrated, which is another key factor in keeping circulation flowing smoothly. If you're looking for a simple, natural way to support your veins and improve circulation, oranges should definitely be on your plate. 2. Berries. Tiny but powerful. If you're not eating berries every day, you're missing out on one of the most powerful circulation-boosting foods out there. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. They may be small, but they pack a serious punch. These little gems are filled with anthocyanins, a type of antioxidant that strengthens blood vessels, reduces inflammation, and improves overall circulation. For years, I suffered from cold feet, literally. Even in warm weather, my toes would feel icy, and sometimes I'd get a weird tingling sensation in my legs after sitting too long. I brushed it off, thinking it was just poor circulation, but I never really did anything about it. Then one day I read that berries could help improve capillary function and overall blood flow. So I made a simple change. I started adding a handful of berries to my morning oatmeal or yogurt. The results? Game-changing. Within a couple of weeks, my feet weren't as cold, I felt less of that uncomfortable tingling sensation, and even my skin looked brighter and healthier. Berries are incredibly easy to incorporate into your diet, whether you toss them in a smoothie, mix them with cottage cheese, or just eat them as a snack. And since they're naturally low in sugar, but high in fiber, they also help balance blood sugar, keeping energy levels stable throughout the day. 3. Pomegranates. Nature's heart medicine. If there's one fruit that works wonders for circulation and heart health, it's pomegranates. This jewel-toned fruit is loaded with nitrates and polyphenols, 2 compounds that help dilate blood vessels, improve oxygen flow, and lower blood pressure. The result? Better circulation, healthier legs, and a reduced risk of vein-related issues. I'll admit, I wasn't always a fan of pomegranates. They seemed messy and complicated to eat, so I avoided them for years. But then, I learned a simple trick, cutting them underwater to keep the juice from splattering everywhere. Once I started eating them regularly, I couldn't believe the difference. My legs, which often felt heavy and sluggish, suddenly had more energy. Even my evening walks felt easier and more enjoyable. Now I love adding pomegranate seeds to salads, yogurt, or even just eating them by the handful. And the best part? They taste like a sweet, tart little treat, like nature's candy, but with incredible benefits for your veins and circulation. If you've never tried adding pomegranates to your diet, trust me, it's worth it. Your heart, legs, and energy levels will thank you. 4. Watermelon, hydration and circulation in one. Did you know that dehydration can slow circulation and make your legs feel heavy, swollen, and achy? When your body lacks water, your blood thickens, making it harder for your heart to pump efficiently. That's why watermelon is one of the best fruits you can eat for leg health. Not only is it incredibly hydrating, but it's also rich in citrulline, a compound that helps relax blood vessels and improve circulation. One summer, I decided to eat more watermelon just for fun, not even thinking about its health benefits. But after a couple of weeks, I noticed something unexpected. My legs felt lighter, less swollen, and I had way more energy. It turns out that watermelon is a natural way to beat water retention, especially during hot, humid weather, when swelling tends to be worse. The beauty of watermelon is that it's easy to eat and incredibly refreshing. You can slice it up and enjoy it as a snack, blend it into a smoothie, or even freeze it into homemade popsicles. If you ever wake up with puffy feet or swollen ankles, try eating a couple of servings of fresh watermelon throughout the day. It's a simple, delicious way to keep your body hydrated and your circulation flowing smoothly. 5. Bananas. The best natural leg cramp fix ever. Been jolted awake by a painful Charlie horse cramp in the middle of the night. That sharp, twisting pain that has you clutching your calf, desperately trying to stretch it out. I've been there. And let me tell you, once you experience it, you'll do just about anything to avoid it happening again. The culprit behind these awful cramps? Low potassium levels. Potassium plays a crucial role in muscle function and helps prevent cramping by keeping your muscles relaxed and your blood flowing smoothly. And when it comes to potassium-rich foods, bananas are one of the best natural sources. For years I'd suffer from leg cramps, especially after long walks. I figured it was just part of getting older, something I had to live with. But then I read that adding more potassium to my diet could help. So I started having a banana every afternoon, sometimes plain, sometimes sliced over peanut butter toast, or blended into a smoothie. Within a few weeks my cramps became less frequent and much less severe. Now I won't go a day without my banana fix, and my legs are thanking me for it. If you're not a fan of eating bananas on their own, there are plenty of ways to sneak them into your diet. Blend them into oatmeal, bake them into banana bread, or mix them into yogurt. The key is consistency. When your body gets the right balance of nutrients, you'll feel the difference. No more waking up in agony, no more restless legs after a long day, just stronger, healthier muscles, and better circulation. 6. Grapes, the secret to healthier veins. I used to think of grapes as just a simple snack, something sweet to munch on when I wanted a quick bite. But what I didn't know was that these little fruits are actually one of the best foods for circulation and vein health. Grapes, especially red and purple varieties, contain a powerful antioxidant called resveratrol. This compound protects blood vessels, improves circulation, and helps keep veins strong and elastic. For women who deal with varicose veins, swollen ankles, or poor circulation, adding grapes to your diet can make a noticeable difference. A close friend of mine, who struggled with chronic swelling in her legs and ankles, started eating a small bowl of grapes every day. She didn't expect much at first, but within just a few weeks, she noticed a difference: less puffiness, lighter legs, and even a reduction in the visible swelling around her ankles. What I love about grapes is that they're one of the easiest fruits to incorporate into your diet. You don't have to peel them, chop them, or do anything fancy. Just rinse and eat. I like to keep a bowl of grapes in the fridge and grab a handful throughout the day. They're also great frozen, like little natural popsicles. And it's not just your veins that benefit. Grapes are also anti-inflammatory, heart-healthy, and packed with fiber, making them an all-around great choice for keeping your body feeling young and energized. So the next time you're at the grocery store, grab a bag of red or purple grapes, and start snacking your way to stronger veins, better circulation, and healthier legs. It's a small habit that can lead to big improvements in how your legs feel every day. 7. Avocados. More than just a trendy fruit. For years I avoided avocados. I thought they were too fatty to be a regular part of my diet. I had spent so much time hearing that fat was the enemy that I assumed anything creamy and rich had to be bad for me. But then I learned something that changed my mind. Avocados are actually one of the best foods you can eat for circulation, heart health, and strong veins. Avocados are packed with monounsaturated fats, potassium, and vitamin E, all of which play a critical role in reducing artery stiffness and improving blood flow. When your arteries are flexible and your blood flows smoothly, your legs feel lighter, less swollen, and more energized. Potassium in particular helps prevent water retention and leg cramping, while vitamin E works to protect blood vessels from damage. I decided to give avocados another chance, and instead of fearing the fat, I started embracing it. I began by adding half an avocado to my morning toast, sometimes topped with a sprinkle of sea salt and lemon juice. I started mixing it into my salads, blending it into smoothies, and even using it in homemade dressings. Within a few weeks, I noticed a real change. My legs didn't feel as heavy at the end of the day, and the mild swelling I sometimes got around my ankles was noticeably reduced. The beauty of avocados is that they're incredibly versatile. Whether you mash them, slice them, or blend them, they bring a creamy richness to meals while delivering serious health benefits. So if you've been avoiding them because of their fat content, take it from me, this is one healthy fat your body will thank you for. 8. Cherries, nature's anti-inflammatory fruit. If there's one fruit that tastes like dessert but works like medicine, it's cherries. These little ruby-colored gems are packed with anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that fight inflammation, reduce swelling, and help keep veins strong. I used to struggle with swollen legs, especially in the summer months. Long days on my feet, or even just sitting for too long, would leave my legs feeling puffy and uncomfortable. One summer, I decided to challenge myself to swap out my usual sugary treats for something more natural, and that's when I discovered cherries. I started snacking on fresh cherries instead of cookies or processed snacks, and within a few weeks, I was blown away by the difference. My legs felt lighter, the swelling had noticeably gone down, and even my circulation seemed to improve. The secret to cherries' power lies in their anti-inflammatory compounds, which help reduce oxidative stress in blood vessels and promote better circulation. And since cherries are also naturally hydrating, they help flush out excess sodium and prevent water retention, a common cause of swelling in the legs and ankles. Now I make sure to include cherries in my diet whenever they're in season. They're perfect on their own, tossed into yogurt, blended into smoothies, or even baked into a healthy dessert. And when fresh cherries aren't available, I turn to tart cherry juice, which is another excellent way to get the same circulation-boosting benefits. So if you deal with swollen legs, varicose veins, or just want a simple way to keep your veins healthy, cherries are one of the best and most delicious fruits to add to your routine. Plus, who doesn't love a fruit that tastes like nature's candy, while secretly working wonders for your circulation? 9. Kiwi, the overlooked circulation superfruit. For the longest time, I ignored kiwis at the grocery store. They always seemed like an afterthought, small, fuzzy, and not nearly as exciting as some of the other brightly colored fruits calling for my attention. But then I came across an article about how kiwis can improve circulation, keep veins flexible, and even reduce the risk of varicose veins and blood clots. That caught my attention. I had never really thought of kiwis as a superfruit, but it turns out they are packed with vitamin C and fiber, two key nutrients that play a major role in cardiovascular health. Vitamin C helps protect blood vessels, making them more elastic and less prone to damage, while fiber helps keep cholesterol in check, preventing blockages that can slow down circulation. The more I read, the more I realized I had been missing out on one of the easiest and tastiest ways to support my veins, so I decided to give them a try. At first, I wasn't sure what to do with them. Should I peel them, slice them, eat them whole? I learned that the easiest way to enjoy a kiwi is to cut it in half and scoop it out with a spoon, like nature's version of a pudding cup. And let me tell you, it was delicious. Sweet, slightly tart, and incredibly refreshing. Now kiwis have become a staple in my kitchen. I keep them on hand for a quick nutrient-packed snack, and I also love adding them to fruit salads, blending them into smoothies, or even using them as a topping for yogurt. Within weeks of making them a regular part of my diet, I noticed my legs felt less tired at the end of the day, and I wasn't experiencing as much of the occasional heaviness I used to feel after long periods of sitting. The best part? Kiwis are one of the most convenient fruits to eat. They don't require any fancy preparation, they're easy to store, and they provide a huge nutritional punch in just a small serving. If you're looking for a simple, delicious way to support your circulation and keep your legs feeling energized, kiwi is definitely worth adding to your daily routine. Sometimes the most overlooked foods turn out to be the most powerful. Keeping your legs healthy and pain-free isn't just about exercise. It starts with what you put on your plate. These 9 fruits are packed with circulation-boosting nutrients that can help reduce swelling, prevent varicose veins, and keep your blood flowing smoothly. So which of these fruits are already in your kitchen? And which one are you excited to try? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your favorites. And if you enjoyed this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because feeling great at any age starts with small, simple changes. Until next time, stay vibrant, stay healthy, and keep moving.